And lawmakers look at what could happen if the Department of Homeland Security shuts down over a lack of funding. NTD correspondent Jason Blair has the takeaways from a hearing on Capitol Hill.
Absent the passage of a continuing resolution by Friday night, the Department of Homeland Security will shut down.
At a hearing of the House Appropriations Committee on Wednesday, lawmakers discussed the impacts of a possible shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security. Congressman Mark Amadeus says that looking at the current situation, a DHS shutdown is likely to happen.
The good work that the department does outside of immigration enforcement will come to a screeching halt.
This includes the TSA, Coast Guard, Secret Service, cybersecurity defense workers, FEMA disaster relief, and others.
What that really means is delayed disaster response, weakened cyber defenses, and uncertainty for the men and women who show up every day to keep this country safe.
The TSA administrator says that the vast majority of TSA employees are considered essential and are required to work during a shutdown.
Around 95%, or 61,000 of TSA's employees are deemed essential and continue to work to protect the traveling public during a shutdown while not getting paid.
McNeil says that during the last shutdown, the TSA saw an increase of unscheduled absences.
Which means folks calling out because they could not afford to show up to work. And what we have to do in those instances is to start kind of consolidating and collapsing some of our operations, which means that not all of our lanes are open, and that does lead to longer wait times.
Representatives from other agencies testified as well, including the Secret Service and Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency.
The assassination attempt on President Trump's life brought forward hard truths for our agency and critical areas for improvement. A shutdown halts our reforms.
Negotiations between Republicans and Democrats got more heated following the DHS-involved shootings of 2 Americans in Minnesota in January. Republicans argue Democrats are using the deadline to demand ICE curbs that would hinder enforcement. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem commented on negotiations on Tuesday.
But if you don't fund this department because of ICE, because of 11% of the budget that funds ICE, it shows that you don't truly understand what our mission is.
If a continuing resolution doesn't pass by the end of the day Friday, a DHS shutdown will begin at midnight and continue until the funding is passed by Congress. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Jason Blair, NTD News.